In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, my dear friends and fellows, we say several things, we do several things which gets us entrapped, which becomes a source of shame, a trouble for us later on. So all of that is being done by we ourselves and not by any of the enemies at all. It is our own lack of clarity on whatever we have been doing or saying that creates a situation like this one, which makes us so much troubled. That is how we create plenty of troubles for we ourselves, sometimes even the very fatal one. Now we want to know why does it happen? Why do we do it for ourselves? What kind of trap is there? What are the weaknesses which lead us toward a situation like this one? That is the topic of our today's discussion. And we are going to talk about eight such points, eight such weaknesses, eight such trap points or trapping techniques which makes us that much troubled, that much upset, unhappy, looted, cheated, deceived. There are eight we such points where we get ourselves in the trouble. What are those 8 points? Let's talk about them. First of all, it is the it is the desire for validation. We want to be validated by the people, by our friends. We want to be approved by the people, by the friends. We say several things just for this purpose, but later on, what does happen that these become our trap, these become the points where we find ourselves in quite a lot of difficulty. These are the 8 points which generate the troubles for us. First is the seeking validation, seeking desire for the validation. As a matter of fact, we don't need to we don't need to desire. We should not desire to seek the validation from the people. That's absolutely unnecessary. Never, never desire for that at all. Because it by once we are seeking this validation, once we are seeking this validation, we will be saying and doing the thing which will generate problems, troubles for us in the future, maybe very now as well. Number two, it is the emotional release, emotional release. Like for example, we are angry, and while during the anger we see plenty of things to release the anger. What does happen as a result? And it might create a conflict, a trouble, a fight with someone else. We might say the things which are absolutely wrong, etc., etc. Then see, if I am feeling jealous about someone else, during the jealousy I might say something quite bad about other, and I will be caught later on. Like I feel in love with someone else, I will be talking about the things which are really really bad. So never, never, say or do the thing, say the things for your emotional release. Do it privately, never publicly, never in front of the people. The third is a social media culture. Social media culture also have created new problems for us. So for that reason, we need to set restraint. We need to set boundaries while we are active on the social media platform about what to say, what not to say, what to do, what not to do, what sort of information do we need to share about ourselves and others, what sort of information we should not be sharing with others at all. And now the fourth is lack of boundaries. Lacking the boundaries, we need to set the boundaries. We need to set the draw line. We need to draw the line. That is very very important. If we fail to do that, then obviously we ourselves have to suffer. And it is like setting of the boundary mean that establishing the discipline and establishing the discipline, establishing the self control, that is really really important, that is really really necessary, and we must not be skipping it, we must not be underestimating the importance of it, and we must not be careless, because those who are careless people, only they fail to set the boundaries. So set the boundaries. And then it is the attention seeking. Do not seek attention of the people by saying the thing, by doing the thing, because apparently we might succeed in attracting the attention of the people, but this might be a negative one instead of the positive one. This might create the troubles and the problems for us. So do not seek the attention of the people. And then the sixth is lack of social awareness. We need to be well aware about we ourselves, and at the same time we need to be well aware about other people as well. We need to be well aware socially as well. Social awareness, that is also important. What is this social awareness, by the way? Knowing that what bad is going on in the society, and what sort of things have become a kind of trend, and what the people are sharing, what the people are doing on the social media. So that is really important. We need to develop a kind of social awareness. And lacking the social awareness, it could be troublesome. It could create the troubles for us. The seventh is overestimation of the trust. Overestimation of the trust. Also, there could be a kind of trust like situation between me and someone else, but I think obviously everything has a limit, and this, as for the trust factor is concerned, this also has a limit, and we shouldn't be overestimating the trust, the kind of the limit and the level of the trust I can put upon another person. So also be very careful, very cautious about it. And the eighth is emotional vulnerability. We are vulnerable up to an extent, and we are vulnerable in every sense as well. The feelings of emotional vulnerability is also there, but because we are facing, because we are seeing the emotional vulnerability, so for that purpose we shouldn't be saying or doing the thing. We need to actually we need to set boundaries in every respect. We need to control, we need to exert control over we ourselves. So that is really important. So these are the eight things which cause the trouble, the problem for us, and we need to be well aware of it. We need to control about all that, and I'm going to revise it quickly in 30 seconds. And first of all, it is the desire for validation. We don't need to do or say the things for this purpose. Emotional release. Do not release your emotions in the words in front of the people. And the third is social media culture. We need to be well aware about the social media, and what is the social media culture, what are the threats there. Lacking the boundary, we need to set the boundaries. Attention seeking, avoid attention seeking. And lack of the social awareness, we need to be well aware socially. And the overestimation of trust, do not overestimate, do not overtrust someone else at all. The lost is emotional vulnerability. Don't feel emotionally vulnerable, and don't do or say the thing because you feel emotionally vulnerable. Thank you.